Hey guys, hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. I had a video planned today, but for some reason my GoPro quit recording. I don't know why. I got halfway through the install and had an evaporator change out on a single door cooler. But we're headed to Hard Rock Cafe in Memphis now, and I've got to put in a condenser fan motor and a thermostat on a Perlick, I think. I think it's a Perlick. It might be a glass tender. Let's see. Hard Rock. All right, cool. We got it. Sorry. Believe it or not, I still have no idea where I'm at in Memphis. I use the GPS everywhere. But yeah, so today I want to talk about a couple things. I want to talk about performance today and what it takes to be a good technician. I'm not talking about a skilled technician, okay? Skill and knowledge, they both come with time. Okay, you're not going to gain that, over the course of a day or a year. It takes time to build up your skill level and your ability to do repairs. And the reason why I want to hit on this today is because, over the course of years, I've noticed with a lot of technicians, especially, quote unquote, skilled technicians. Hold on one second. You see a lot of rushing. Callbacks happen because we rush and we're in a hurry, and we don't need to do that. That is the worst thing you could do as a technician, is be in a hurry, because you're gonna get callbacks, you're gonna have problems. When you have a technician on your staff, or even if you're watching this as a technician, your main goal, we all have been there, right? We all have been training with somebody in the beginning, or even throughout the years, because we're always learning. You will never know everything, and that's just the way it is in this field. You can be the smartest tech on the face of this planet, be able to fix pretty much, anything you put your hands on, but you will never know everything. And keep in mind, there's always somebody that knows more than you. And I don't mean that as a bad way. I mean that as, there's teachers everywhere you look. I train a lot of guys. I was training people, within 6 months of me learning this stuff. I caught on really fast. I've got a very mechanically inclined mind. I'm very good with my hands, and I have the ability to catch on to things very fast. But no, whenever we are on a service call and you have that technician and you know who you are, I'm not calling anybody out, it's going to be anybody who's watching. But, you go to a service call and you are just in a hurry to the point to where you're not even letting it drop down the temperature. You're not letting it heat up. You're not verifying the system is even working. You just go there, you fix a problem that you found, not knowing if there could be multiple problems. And what is that? What happens? You leave because you are such in a hurry, and you get a call back. And then another technician has to go back behind you, and then now you're on the hot plate because you've missed something so mediocre that you're getting a phone call. Hey, what happened over here? How did you miss this? I read your work order. You say you watched it drop down to temperature, but there's no way it dropped down the temperature because the compressor was completely unplugged. So please explain yourself. And, then you as a technician, you're in a position to where, one, you've been caught in a lie. We did a video the other day about trust and how important it is for the customer and for your employer, and for yourself. And then you're caught in a situation that the only way you can get out of is come clean. But keep in mind, whenever stuff like that happens, yes, people move on, but you become scarred. Your trust is now put in question because you lied directly on a work order, you lied to a customer, and you lied to your supervisor. And ultimately, it costed the company money because they had to send another technician behind you to make the repair. So now the company you work for cannot charge for the second visit. A lot of times they'll cancel out the first visit and they'll charge for the second one, or vice versa. But they can only charge one time. And after so many times of that happening, the company's reputation is now in jeopardy. I'll say it 1,000 times and I'll say it again. It is so hard to get a customer, but it is so easy to lose one. I'm talking just like that, gone. When it took you 6 months to get that customer. So when we're going into work orders or service calls and we're checking equipment, it's very important. You can be speedy, but you need to be thorough. Okay, I'm not saying go there, within 15, 20 minutes, you should have that system diagnosed and figured out what is going on with it. If you're still there after an hour, you need to be on the phone with somebody, okay? You need to call somebody to get some help. Call tech support. That's why they're there. And we need to do anything and everything we can to prevent that potential callback. Because being in a hurry is one of the worst things we could do. And I know I'm kind of sounding contradicting because in our field, you have to be quick. You have to, because come summertime, we are just, excuse me, we are just crazy backed up with calls. And, depending on what kind of company you work for, you may have dispatch in your ear every 30 minutes, hey, what's going on? Excuse me, why are you still there? Do we have an ETA? And, you are, by then you're getting frustrated because, one, you got dispatch bugging you in your ear. You're trying to focus on this. You're trying to figure that out. And then you feel the pressure, okay? You feel the pressure. And if you're a technician, you know what I'm talking about. Over the course of years, I've learned to deal with that pressure, and so will you. And I will give you a couple tips here to help you deal with that amount of pressure. It doesn't happen. The more knowledge you gain over the years, and the more skill you gain over the years, that will be less and less. You'll feel the pressure less and less because you'll be able to diagnose faster. You'll be able to repair faster. But like I said, you have to be thorough at the same time. But we're going to throw out a couple tips on how to be, how to not feel that pressure. So let's place ourselves on a service call right now. We're looking at a little reach-in single door cooler, okay? Nothing fancy, just a little single door cooler. Okay, say you're a newer technician, you've only been doing it about 6 months, you walk up to it, the customer's complaining is it's not cooling. Okay, well, you start checking the system out and you find your condensing unit is not running. You start checking, say, the condensing unit for power. Okay. What gives the power to a condensing unit on the little single door reach-in, nothing fancy, just a little, say a A12700 or A1210506 thermostat. The thermostat is what calls for the condensing unit to come on. Now, I'll say this. When you start feeling pressure, it is perfectly fine for you to take 5 minutes to walk out to your van, take a break, okay? Take a break, clear your mind, okay? Clear your mind. You can't function under that kind of stress. You'll make mistakes. You'll miss things. You need to have a clear mind when we're going to these when we're going to these service calls. You need to have a clear mind. You need to go in there thinking that you can fix it. You need and what happens when the pressure starts hitting, we start misdiagnosing things, okay? We also start checking the wrong things that has nothing to do with why the system is not even running. Now, and I'm not saying that my description of the cooler was incorrect. Me, myself, I've learned, I'll typically check the thermostat first. They're easy to access. They're right there. You can always check to see if it's closed or if it's open. On a 2-wire thermostat, if it's calling, it's going to be closed. And if you know it's supposed to be calling and you walk up to it and it's open, that means you've got a bad thermostat. Sometimes you can tap on them and they'll click shut, and your condensing unit to come on and run. Then again, it could be let's add some more issues to it. It could be a pressure. Let's add a couple pressure controls to the diagnosis. So we check our thermostat. Thermostat's closed. Somebody had miswired the equipment and did not run the low pressure control or the high pressure control through the thermostat like they're supposed to be. Because you want the system to shut off, right? And you're checking the thermostat when then you start checking the line and, okay, well, I've got voltage on one side of my thermostat, but I do not have voltage on the other side of my thermostat. Okay, then that would be a bad thermostat. Okay, now let's move down to your low pressure control. What you're going to do is you can do it two ways. You can check voltage across either end, the ground, if you want to. Or you can use your ohm meter, pull out your ohm and set it to ohms, or a ringer, sorry, and check to see if it's open. And if it's open, then that means your low pressure switch is open. Then that could add a whole nother equation to the system. The system could be low on charge. So you kind of see how when we're diagnosing, things can kind of spin out of control very fast. And over the course of the years, the more skill and the more knowledge you gain over the years, you'll start to be able to diagnose these things a lot faster. You'll be more thorough at it as well. But at the same time, thorough and speed, they're like oil and water, guys, okay? It's just the way it is. They don't mix. You can be speedy to a point to where you are still 100% thorough when you're doing your diagnostics on the system, or even changing a compressor. Don't skip a step. Make sure you change your filter, change your contactor if it's got one. Make sure you pressurize the system, okay? Check the system for leaks. Pull a vacuum on the system. Make sure you're getting it down to 500 microns or lower. Break your vacuum a couple times with nitrogen to 0. Keep pulling it down. Do a thorough job. And it will prevent callbacks. It's okay to be speedy, okay? It is perfectly okay to be speedy. But as long as you're thorough while you're doing it, everything will be okay. There's one thing I cannot stand is a technician that just goes in and just speed darts everywhere. And if you look at it, that particular technician gets a majority of the callbacks. When he could be a perfectly skilled technician, could be just an amazing technician, very, very bright and knowledgeable technician. But the flaw is he's too speedy. He's not thorough. And it doesn't matter how good you are. If you're not being thorough and you cannot fix a piece of equipment the first go round, then companies won't be able to use you guys, okay? They won't have no use for you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be costing them an astronomical amount of money. And that's the issues that we run into today. So many technicians are in a hurry. And rightfully so. You know, because like I said, when we get busy, we get busy. And we don't have the luxury of, you know, taking our time sometimes. But we do have the luxury of being thorough. We can still be thorough. Wait till you have the knowledge, okay? Wait till you have the skill to speed up. And it will come. It will come. I remember 17 years ago looking at my trainer, John Lee, and watching how fast he was and wanting so bad to be as fast as he is and to be as thorough as he is. And 17 years later, I'm the exact same way. Because it came with knowledge, it came with time. So, but I just wanted to hit on that today, guys, because it is a real issue, and we just all need to slow down a little bit. You know, the service call is not going anywhere, okay? Dispatch can be in your ear, that's fine. It is what it is. Keep in mind, they're under pressure too, okay? They've got somebody in their ear as well. So it's not that they're rushing you, which they are rushing you in a sense, but they're not trying to be mean to you. They're not, you know, they're not, they don't want you to get a call back. And at the end of the day, we're just all out here servicing our customers. Because we all have one goal in mind, right? We need to take care of our customers, okay? Because that is the most important thing, is it not? Is it not the most important thing to make sure that when we leave a customer's job site, one, there's a smile on their face. Two, they know that they can trust that once we leave and we say it's fixed, it's fixed. You know, because, like I said, nothing can destroy a company faster than too many callbacks. So, but I'm going to leave you guys with that. Just think about it. And, you know, like I said, keep in mind, the tips that we give on this channel, it's not to criticize anybody. It's not to make anybody feel bad. It's not to make anybody think that I know everything, because I don't. I'll never know everything. But it's things that I've learned over the years that have made me a better technician, that have gotten me job promotions, that have gotten me amazing jobs. And, you know, a lot of people say, you know, well, I'm just a technician. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not just a technician. You're a person. You have a name. You have a family. If you don't have a family, you've got yourself. I'm sure you got a dog, a cat, a fish, whatever. You've got somebody that depends on you. You are not just a technician. You're not a number. So we still need to give it our all, guys, okay? We need to come out every single day. Give it 120%. As long as you are out here giving it your all, that's all you need to do. You know, that is all that is expected of you. Remember, guys, I love you, and so does Jesus. Bye.